Yeah, I mean, just they had a couple teams have been inquiring about him. Greg played, a good game the other night, so I think people they looked at that tape and there was a need on their end, and we thought it was the best thing for both sides. So I have nothing but good things to say about Greg. Had a chance to visit with him, when the decision was made, and wished him the best. He might just be one of those guys who needs a little change of scenery. I hope for his sake, and we wish him nothing but the best moving forward. So.
Matt, Troy, do you get a sense if that's a season-ending thing or maybe halfway through?
Yeah, Troy's season ending. Yeah, yeah.
Matt, back on Greg, what was it in your system or whatever that kind of kept him from really being in the mix?
I don't want to talk too much about him since he's gone, but it just never really quite worked out. And I'm one of those guys always believe in that guys are going to continue to improve and get better. And I think he was doing that. He was working. Just figured like this was the best move for us to go ahead and let him go somewhere else, a place that needed him, and recoup a pick for him.
You obviously weren't around here, but when that draft class was put together, when you have a draft class like 19, where only 2 years later, about half of them have blown out, how difficult does that make roster building?
It just is what it is. I think you just look at the really positive guys who came out of that class, Brian Burns, etc. And kind of the whole situation in the last 2 years since I've gotten here, and then the past year with Scott. I just think we've understood that there's a lot of remaking of the roster, and whether it was veteran players that retired or moved on, or guys from that draft class in recent years, that just kind of is what it is. And I think we've drafted well. I think that was evident the other night. Some of the young guys we drafted even this year played really well. So we'll just take it as it comes, and we're trying to put together the best 53 right now. And I think we owe it to our team just to always make the best decisions in the moment and not worry about how we arrived at them, but what we think is best for the team.
Did you feel Troy kind of was turning a corner before he got hurt?
Man, Troy, I don't want I feel so awful for him. I don't want to say anything about I feel bad even talking about it, because he was doing a good job. He was playing well. Just as a coach, it makes you sick to your stomach seeing him, and a couple other guys got banged up in the game, and we had to make some moves today. But as I told Troy, he's been fast his whole life. And so he'll come back from this injury, and he'll be fast again next year, and he'll continue to grow as a player. But nothing but positive things to say about Troy. And what he's done leading up to this point. I just, like I said, it just makes me feel bad that he's going to have to undergo this. He underwent surgery in the offseason to get himself ready. He worked so hard to get here, and for this to happen, I hate it for him.
Do you know if he's going to need surgery on this match?
Yeah, he will need surgery.
Is that an ACL?
Yes, it is.
Do you anticipate having to sign another cornerback, or what are you thinking about?
I think we're deep. We'll go through this, see who else lets people go this week, and see what's going on.
Since you're more willing to trade Greg, what's that say about where you feel your offensive line is right now?
I still think I don't think it's much about that. I mean, I think we feel good about our starting five. Couple, 2, 3 more guys there that we feel good about. But we're a work in progress. We're like I-85 on the way down here. We're under construction. So we've got some work to do. And what we really need is we need some of our young players to come along. And I thought we saw some of that from some guys the other night, but. We lost, in the last 4 days. We have four less offensive linemen than we were. So we're gonna have to have some guys step up.
Matt, I know we've talked about this a lot before, but when you picking backup offensive linemen, just being able to play more than one spot well, just how high is that on the list when you decide who makes this roster?
I think the more you can do, the more you can do. Versatility is great. I think since they went to 8 guys on game day, it makes one position guys a little bit more valuable than they were before. But, you better be intelligent, better be able to play both sides, and you better be durable. I mean, unfortunately, your availability sometimes is your best ability. So the ability to stay, durable and be out there is as valuable as anything. So a lot of factors obviously go into it, but, versatility always makes it great.
How much clarity did you get on the Taylor to the left side experiment in 2 days in Indy?
Not a ton. I think, I think Cam played well. I think we feel like that's our best lineup right now with Cam at left and Taylor at right, and we're going to keep cross-training Taylor to be able to go to the left, if he's needed, and he's getting more comfortable over there. So, as we look at our best 5, at least as it stands today, if we went out there to play today, Cam would be at the left tackle and Taylor would be the right tackle.
If you went out to play today, would Taylor be your number 2? since Cam has dealt with injuries in the past, do you think Taylor would place Cam if he weren't to play?
Oh, if he didn't play? Yeah, no, yeah, he would kick over and play left tackle. I'm sorry. And Brady or Trent Scott would go over and play right tackle. Probably Trent Scott would go in, and then Brady, we'll see how he continues to develop.
What can you learn about Brady?
You know, David, I thought he played well. I mean, he had some moments where he got overset, and the first time playing in the game, sometimes you start to, overset some things, and they came back inside. And he's got good athleticism. He played hard. Really, one of the top surprises was Deontay Brown. He ended up getting banged up in the game, but Deontay played really well for his first game. But Brady's got a real shot, and I think we're very positive about the direction where he is.
Matt, you talked last week a lot about the Colts and wanting to test yourself against a team like that. The Ravens are so different. I mean, different kind of quarterback, different defensive alignment. Was that part of the thinking too when you're scheduling this stuff? Is you want to show your guys as much different stuff as possible?
Yeah, well, I think you're talking about elite defenses, different styles of defense. You're talking about completely different styles of offense. But at the core, two really good teams, two playoff teams. And I think, for us, you look at it, John Harbaugh, I mean, he always has great special teams, so it's great for our special teams to work against. Their run game and physicality is going to be great for our defense to work against. And their defense is going to be great for our offense to work against, and the many things. And I think for Sam, all the different blitz packages and things he's going to have to see are going to be difficult. I really don't care if we have a great day tomorrow or not a great day tomorrow in terms of seeing things. I just want us to see things. I want us to have a great day in terms of effort and physicality and toughness and all those things. But I want us to be challenged. Joe Brady and I were talking last night, like most times in a typical preseason, the starters would play 10 to 20 snaps in the first game. And, we got 50, some guys got 60 snaps last week. So we're getting more snaps. It's just about, what we do with those snaps that matters.
Any new revelations from your personnel meeting that might indicate the way things might go when you get to the game Saturday?
Just not till Thursday, yeah, not till Thursday.
50 to 60 snaps, Matt, at those joint practices. Is that
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think it was like 28 scripted on. So some guys didn't get as many, but you're looking at like 50 to 60 some snaps. Between Thursday and Friday. Yeah, during the team period. So, I just think that there's a lot of good opportunities there, and you see a lot of different things. Way less vanilla. Like we saw simulated pressures, we saw blitzes, we saw all kinds of different things that, you usually don't see in a preseason game. So I thought for us it was really good. It was really challenging. Today we came in. The ones went and watched Friday's practice, again, just to make sure the coaches, could coach that. And then the young guys watched the game. So it was good for us to kind of coach everybody off the tape.
Was there any setup from out there that you didn't love or you might try to tweak this week?
In terms of just the organization of practice?
Maybe some of this. Yeah, right.
Not really. This will be much more of, I think, a run physical type practice where there was a lot more third down and passing and all that. Coach Harbaugh, I said, hey, Coach, why don't you go ahead and, script these practices as well, and obviously we talked, and, Coach Harbaugh's been great. We talked this morning again. But, I think for our guys, going into new environments and having, different situations and not being like one of our practices, I think all those things for our team are really good. Like, don't worry about what the period is. Just the ball's in the dirt, man, go play. And so I think all of us are just trying to build that mentality of just whatever it is, just say what's next.
So with these scrimmages, is it something like where you talk to the other coach and say, hey, will you throw this blitz at us just so we can? I mean, do you guys talk like in that depth?
Well, Joe talks to their defense coordinator, Phil talks to their offense coordinator. I think they talk in general about, hey, how many pressures? I mean, obviously those teams don't always want to show us everything. We don't want to show them everything. But, we do kind of say, hey, how many pressures in this period? There's sort of some, agreements from that perspective. And, but at the end of the day, I mean, our guy, I'm only here for the Carolina Panthers, and Coach Harbaugh's there for the Ravens. So it's just about our team taking from it what we can get from it, and at the end of the day, a chance to compete against someone else to me is really good.
Matt, do you guys have a corresponding move for I guess Caskey was just waived injured. Are you going to get back to 85?
Yeah, I don't know if we have that ready yet, but some things happened pretty fast today. So, but I think hopefully here soon we'll get back to 85. Probably best available player. I think obviously at 4 o'clock today there'll be a bunch of guys. So I think we'll go through all that, and Scott and his guys will be very diligent, and we'll make a good decision.
Any plans to kicker it off?
As of right now, there's really no plans for that right now.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, guys, good to see you.
Thank you, Matt.
official in the game said told me he went to
Well,
high school.
Don't say his record versus ours, Baylor versus Oklahoma State. He always try to bring that up. Yeah. Funny.
how are you feeling? You're coming off your first preseason game. I mean, you had a big run. How'd you feel like you played overall?
I felt I had a decent first game. I mean, a lot of good things to work on and a lot of stuff that I need to improve on. So I feel that it wasn't bad, but still a lot more to improve on, definitely.
Well, what were those things you thought you needed?
I mean, just looking the ball in, easy catches I was dropping. Those are just routine catches. Everyone talks about a long run. I got to score that. There's just a bunch of little things. I felt that I need to get more depth in my route running, which would lead to better routes and me catching the ball. There's a bunch of little things.
Seemed like they were very solid on their run fits. How was that experience for you to kind of see like what a simulated NFL run fit would be like to try and find the holes?
Yeah, I mean, football is football. I mean, obviously once the season starts and different things start happening, teams start scheming towards you and stuff, and things will change. But we practiced them twice, kind of really got into it. Pretty much was a scrimmage, so I kind of got a taste before the game, so it was good.
Tuba, when did you find out you kind of get to play the whole first half there, get to that much playing time?
Coach let me know before the game, just kind of let me know that I was starting and that they wanted to see what I can do and stuff. And I always believe everyone gets an opportunity. It's our job to be ready for it. So.
Was that like what kind of emotions go through you when you get that kind of opportunity? I guess in your first NFL quote unquote game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just blessed to be in this opportunity, blessed to be in this situation. I'm thankful the Panthers, trust me and believe in my ability. And obviously, like I said, I have a lot of things to work on, but I'm happy with how I started out.
Anything you picked up from McCaffrey?
A lot of things, a lot. I mean, there's not one single thing that I can really hold above the other, really, other than just being a professional. I feel like being a professional often gets overshadowed, but like he's a professional, and I'm just trying to learn from any time I can.
Hey, Tuba, can you stand a little closer to the mic?
Yeah, my bad.
Was there something with Christian that maybe you had a different perception of, and then you got to know him? It's like, wow, that was or part of a skill set, or even off the field, that kind of surprised you?
To be honest, I really didn't know how he's going to be. I mean, I've only heard good things about him. So when I was getting ready to meet him, I knew he'd be a great guy. Obviously a great athlete too. So he's lived up and really exceeded every expectation. So yeah, he's a great guy.
Can you take us through the big run you had? How did they catch it?
Yeah, I mean, I know everybody posting and stuff. I hate watching that because that's never happened to me. So, and it won't ever happen again. I swear. I promise that won't ever happen again. It was just like a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, just a inside zone downhill type thing, and just trying to get the first down, end up getting out of there. I just got to score that. So, yeah.
Were you almost sort of surprised at how much it opened up based on how the play started?
To be honest, that's football. Like sometimes you don't think it's going to be there, and then it pops out of nowhere, and that's kind of what happened. Just was trying to get the first down, kept my feet driving, O-line, and everyone did a great job pushing the pile and just squeezed out of there, so it's good.
Who took more crap for not scoring, you or Terrace?
Look, when Terrace went up, I got on him and was like, you need to score that. And then right after I did that, so I was like, I can't suck. I need to score that too. So I definitely take more crap.
So internally, when you guys watched that back on film, what was the reaction in the room?
Everybody was just looking at me. I didn't even want to watch the run, to be honest. It was a great run. It was a good job by the offense, good execution. It was just, I got to score that.
You and
Point
Terrace
blank,
have
period.
been the rookies have gotten the most offensive snaps. Have you guys kind of had a little kinship, kind of as guys who are rookies who are expected to be impact
Oh,
players?
yeah, Terrence, my boy. Yeah, that's my boy. Since I got down here, we're with the state marketing agency, so We know each other. That's my boy. So anytime we're on the field together, it's fun.
You practice all this time, but the games are where you feel like you can best show what you're made of?
I mean, practice is for the games. You gotta practice how you play, and I feel I try my best to do that. But you know, when it's game time, it's a different feeling. It's a different atmosphere, and you got to be able to flip that switch from practice to game to meetings to all that. So.
We're gonna finish up with Sharon.
Hey, Jimmy, what are you looking forward to most about facing this Ravens defense?
To be honest, I just play football. I'm looking forward to playing everybody. It doesn't really matter who it is. I know the Ravens fly around. They hit hard. They do a good job. So I'm just looking forward to a new challenge, new week. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Appreciate it.
Snaps and not what you were expecting?
It was awesome. You know, it was first time out there and first NFL game, so I just enjoyed every snap. Really enjoyed the whole atmosphere of it, just the experience, and glad to have it under my belt.
Brady, how did the coaches grade you out?
We watched film today. A lot of areas of improvement, obviously, with technique and assignment and stuff. So always continue to work on that. It's kind of where we were at today.
Anything surprise you being out there?
I think when I first got out there, I was telling my family, like, I felt like it was almost like a video game, like the lights and everything. But once I got on the field and started playing, it was just football, you know. It's what I love to do. I've done it since I was 7 years old, and so I think that was probably the biggest thing for me.
Give Chuba much for not scoring a touchdown?
You know, we always joke about it, but he balled out, man. It was fun to watch him run and fun to block for him, so I'm excited to do that in the future.
Brady, what position do you think would give you your quickest way to regular playing time as a rookie?
I honestly don't know how to answer that. I'm just open to play anything. Trying to improve every day. That's always my mindset, whether it be tackle or guard or whatever. Always improving, and that's really what's in my control, and that's what I'm focused on.
And would your answer be different for what your position might be long term in terms of what would be best for your career?
No, I don't think it'd be different. I'm open. Whatever the coaches feel like is best for me, you know, I trust them, and my job is to get better every day.
When they say that they like you better on the right side, do you know why, or is that something they've told you?
I mean, yeah, I'm not really sure. Enjoying learning on the right side. Really enjoy learning like a couple new positions and the techniques. So just enjoying the process so far.
Are you feeling more comfortable at right tackle than you were like a couple months ago when they had you there doing OTAs?
Yeah, definitely. I think the more you do something, the more comfortable you're gonna feel. And like, I didn't have any like habits on the right side that I needed a break or anything because it's new. But always just trying to improve with my hands and technique and all that stuff.
Brady, how much guard have you played in your life?
Not a lot, to be honest, but but enjoying it. I mean, offensive line is offensive line. The techniques that you do at tackle, there's a lot of carryover guard. Obviously, it's different. You got to be different with your eyes, and like the landmarks are different, and your eyes are different. But a lot of the techniques carry over. So, like, you should be able to play more than one position.
So is it not a lot, none, or not a lot? Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Brady, it was one game, but your rookie class kind of shined out. Did you think this is a group that could make some early and immediate impacts?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a special group. I mean, I felt that early on when we had rookie minicamp, whatever spring or winter, whatever it was. And so I'm excited to continue to grow with those guys and get better relationships with them and just really ball out with each other.
What stood out at that minicamp?
I just think the focus everyone had. It wasn't like, you know, come here and just kind of do whatever on your own time. Like, we came in, it was practice, we were focused, but then even off the practice field, we were focused in meetings, focused at nights, focused just on the game, and I could really feel the love of the game with that group.
Brady, who's the strongest offensive lineman in this
Strongest? I don't know. There's a lot of strong guys. I don't know.
Is anybody putting up crazy numbers lifting?
Yeah, I mean, we don't lift crazy heavy in the season, so I haven't seen a ton. But I'm sure Timo can put up crazy numbers. Johnny Miller, can put up crazy numbers. A lot of strong guys up there. D Brown, definitely.
What did you get out of last Thursday and Friday that you wouldn't have gotten or didn't get out of the first part of training camp?
As far as practice,
Practicing against the Colts as opposed to just yourself.
yeah, I think just seeing new faces up front. Like you get so used to your defensive line and their moves and what they do, and then how they just like the different the alignments and stuff. And so when you're going against a different team, you focus on different moves, different alignments that kind of like alert, hey, pressured look or whatever. And so you just continue. That's football. Every week you look for those signs and those details of the game.
A few more.
Ray, I think it was you that Paradis or somebody said did Bohemian Rhapsody. Take us through that choice and then challenging piece of music you chose.
Yeah, it was a song that I knew the words to, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. Love Queen and love their music, and so that's what I went with.
How'd it go for you?
Not good.
Did you do the whole thing? It's a long song.
No, I just started from the chorus. Have you seen Wayne's World when they're all in the car and they're going back and forth? That's what I was trying to mimic, but
Can you give us a preview?
no preview. Once was enough for me. Once was enough.
What do you know about this Ravens defense? Are you looking forward to facing them in practice and in the game?
Yeah, I know. Obviously, historically, great defense. Up front, they have a young kid that just drafted, and then a couple of vets too. And so I know they've been really working with each other, and so a lot of athleticism up front. So it's going to be a challenge for us. I'm excited to go against them, and like I said before, kind of learn their moves and what they're best at, and kind of go at it.
Brady, outside the singing, has there anything that surprised you or stood out about your first training camp experience?
Anything that surprised me about first training camp? I would say definitely the humidity. That's what I was telling them. Whether it's rainy or it's sunny, I'm not used to. I'm from Utah, so it's dry, and so I'm the same wetness after every practice, whether it's raining or not. And so that's kind of been shocking. But other than that, it's been good.
Find it hard to keep weight?
Yeah, definitely. I've always my whole life fought to keep weight. So.
All right, thank you, Brady.
Appreciate it, guys.
Brady. Thanks, man.
Thanks, everyone.